If you drive a second-gen Dodge Ram, here's how to make it not ride like a total piece of crap for the cheapest amount of money. Step one, we kind of already did this because the company that supplied us with these particular heim joint end links sent us the wrong package twice. So we had to go get hardware and piece those together. But that's the fundamental part to your front end. Just go find yourself a nice brand of heim joint sway bar end links and grab those. Now, I do know Thurin makes a torsion sway bar, but that sucker's like 900 bucks. And as I said, this is a substantial upgrade for very little money. 900 bucks is not very little money. Although we will get there, we will have the nice stuff one day. We'll have some Thurin soft ride coils and all of that, but we're not there yet. And this is where we're at. Now, the second order of business, I doubt you're going to see because of the shadows. Maybe not. No, you can't see it. There's no sway bar on that truck. Oh, you can see it. There's a big old ugly sway bar down there. That thing, that big ugly bar there. If you don't tow the maximum capability with your truck multiple times a week, the only thing this rear sway bar is doing is looking ugly and absolutely ruining your ride quality. Quick fitment note, your top bolt there for your driver's side link, that bolt right there is going to be blocked from coming out by your fuel tank. Personally, I say just cut it and move on with your day. I don't know why you'd ever come back and put a stock sway bar on the truck again. Because from factory, these things are not designed to ride nice, be daily driven, just really be enjoyed for anything other than work trucks, like 98% of us use them for. And if you're not towing it like it was designed to do, then the only thing that sway bar is doing is taking every bump you hit on the driver's side or the passenger side and throwing it right through the whole axle so that it upsets the entire rear end of the truck. Now, once you take this off, you will be amazed at how much better the truck handles overall and how it doesn't get squirrely. Like, we got a couple nasty freeway transitions that'll make the whole truck just wiggle like an S. Pull that rear sway bar off and it's completely gone. You can just let it cruise control with no hands right over those same exact bumps, and it's completely composed. And given that this is completely free, the rear sway bar part at least, that is a lot of upgrade. And you can find heim joint sway bar end links up front from good brands for about 150 to 200 bucks they go for these days. Which is a small bummer, because back when I got these a couple years ago, I only paid 65 bucks for them. But that still beats the $900 it would take to jump up to the next upgrade from this.
I can't find it. It's way too damn low for compacting this. Unfortunate.
While he's pulling everything apart, we'll go over where it all mounts. Right in through there, what the crutch is running into in the darkness. That's going to be your top sway bar link on the passenger side. You'll go ahead and just leave it attached right here. And you'll go for under your axle. You'll get those bolts, which will drop it down from there. Come over here to our driver's side. And then you'll go for the same bolts right there on the bottom. And then over here, you'll again leave your bottom one there, but then your top one up here, like we were saying earlier, right in there, you are going to have to cut that bolt to get it all the way out. And that little triangle mount will just hang out there on your frame unused. As you can see, right over here on mine, nothing attached to it.
So
I missed the action shot of it dropping down, but 2 bolts on each side, give her a little tap, some punch, maybe use some bad language words if that's your thing, and eventually it'll come down. Back on the driver's side, we do have one fitment note that is going to lead us into a future video as well. Alright, you see, let me get this pointer stick in here. That rod right there, which then attaches to that rod right there. Well, that runs up to, you can kind of see the top of it there. And then right back there on the inside of the frame rail, there is a valve. And when that rod moves up and down, based on the weight in the bed, it determines how much more brake pressure you get to your rear wheels than your front ones. Now, on my truck here, that valve went bad. Except I and the shops couldn't figure it out for the longest time. We have a thing for finding all of the bad shops in Colorado. I'm not sure any good ones exist at the moment. But either way, when that valve goes bad, it personally caused my truck to either stop really nice, or it wanted to completely yank itself off the right side of the road, depending on whenever you hit the brake pedal. It was different every time, so it was nice and dangerous. But I finally found an old forum with the part number, because Dodge made a fix for this, but then of course discontinued it. But I found the line, I did a video on the part, didn't get the install, but it completely fixed the truck and now it stops dead straight. So, if you don't want to get into messing with your valve at the moment and it is working, just leave the 2 bolts and the bracket in there. Once you drop your sway bar down, just take those 2 nuts, tighten them back up, and that rod will stay right where it is, doing its thing until you're ready to delete the valve. I'd fully service your brakes and all of that in one go before you bleed everything. And we will, of course, do a video on that exact process, start to finish, because it is about one of the most important safety features you could ever fix up on one of these old Dodge Rams. Gotta love a good old Dodge Ram. Breaking out the torch to get the rear sway bar off. We just bought this to do the front control arms, which you guys will see there. That sounds good and warm. I bet you that bushing is good and squishy now. Give her a smack and see if she comes out.
Still not moving at all.
That's annoying. See, I don't know why it would be so stuck in there. It's just a sway bar bolt. Nothing?
No, clearly.
Well, if it was clear and I could see it, I wouldn't have asked.
Well, why would I be resorting to what I'm doing if it wasn't?
Alrighty, so I guess we're going to try and take off the little triangle bracket there, because the bolt won't come out for whatever reason. Which means I guess we'll just try to do the same thing on the driver's side so it matches. And then we don't have to cut that other bolt. This was a lot easier when we did it on my truck. And it wouldn't like cake, but it wouldn't like break the torch out, beat on it with a hammer, and it still won't come apart like we're having now. We'll get it figured out. You know, things have got interesting when you got the pickaxe out to work on your truck. So like this bolt is like threaded in to the metal and the bushing on the back side there. So he's having to like apply pressure and twist it all about and unscrew it at the same time to get it to move it all. Oh, that sounds successful. Oh, it was. I saw it. There's the end of it. You just heard the bolt hit the ground. There's an empty bracket up there. That there was the bolt. Also, back to when I said we were just going to remove that bracket. I don't know why I said that, because that bar blocks access to the bolts that hold that on, so you can't pull that bracket off until that comes off. Which is exactly why we did mine the way we did it. It's been a couple of years and I forgot. And there we go. Sway bar is fully pulled out. And it makes the whole rear end look a whole lot cleaner, as well as actually allows the suspension to do some articulation. I can feel it. Can you feel it? Just going over the driveway bump there?
What, the sway bar?
Yeah, the suspension, it actually moves.
I wasn't really paying that.
Oh, and this, going down the alleyway? Sorry, I cut the video. What did you say?
I said it is better, yeah. Like now that we're in the alleyway, just rolling along. I still don't think the steering wheel's quite straight, but that can be adjusted now that I know how.
Yep, it is night and day. It's pretty much of a no-brainer. If you get your second gen and you don't have just thousands of dollars to dump in your suspension to make it ride better, heim joint sway bar end links. Just excuse it. It is riding better. I have short arms, so it makes it look like you're sitting here doing this, but you're not. But it really is a no-brainer. Like $250, and you get a substantial ride increase. And yes, we are fixing the dash, coming soon.
It seems a little less jolty to me on the shift too.
It just don't.
It's not warmed up. I'm not pushing it, but
I just think the whole thing just feels looser. It's not like you're riding in a giant brick.
yeah, this is very low third gear, but
Alrighty, so after like 30 miles of driving around on our wonderful Colorado roads, what's your review of the heim joint front end sway bar links and no sway bar in the rear?
not entirely sure what to say on the front. 'Cause I feel like it still needs all the steering stuff, but the rear is definitely a massive improvement.
I like how I picked the bumpiest section of road to film this, so it's gonna not look like it for them, but it's better.